Hello, hi, welcome. I am Astrid, I am Wattle and Wool, and welcome to my corner of the internet. I am a Western Australian knitwear designer. I am coming to you on the land of the Whadjuk Whadjuk Noongar people, and I pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. I have so much stuff to talk to you about, but I haven't actually been doing a lot of knitting, so I'm going to knit while I talk to you. So it's been a while since I've come on here and spoken. It's just been a bit of mayhem. So let's try and start chronologically because that makes sense. As I did mention before, my partner Alec and I did break up, and we are now crossing that really strange border into friendship from a relationship. It's probably harder for us because we were only in a relationship first. We didn't really do the friendship then relationship. So it's a bit strange. But you know, we're working on it. We're getting there. It's just weird. I am looking for a new place to live. I'm in a bit of a conundrum about what to do there. I've spent the last 6, 7 maybe years living on my own. And even if I've had a partner or if I've had a boyfriend or whatever, they've either not lived with me or they have been FIFO. And so if they have lived with me, they haven't really, because I've been, having my own house to myself for most of it. So I don't really know what to do. I don't know whether I should continue living on my own, keep my cat, have that stability that I'm used to. However, it's also quite a lot of money to do so. Or I'm going to Europe in 16 months, not that I'm counting, and I am definitely going there. It's not like the plane's booked, but I'm going. Like, there's no question about it. And so do I want to live in a share house, deal with people, but I mean, we don't know what my Europe life is going to look like, so I might have to be living in share houses anyway, so I may as well get used to it, and save heaps of money that way. So I don't know. I have no idea what to do, and so I'm kind of just trying to look into it all and figure it all out. I am coming to you from my lounge room with my big squishy blankets that I have made, because it is so damn hot, and I have got the aircon on at 15 degrees because I'm so hot that I need to freeze to be at normal. So that's been kind of the relationship side. I'm just keen to be single, do my own thing for a while, love life. I am knitting as much as I can, although that's been really hard. School has just started again, and that is full on. We have a lot of new staff. Lovely. They're all absolutely gorgeous, but I'm really missing my work people that I got used to having. I think you kind of get that work best friend, and then when they're not there anymore, it feels weird and I miss them. So I've definitely been noticing a lack of my people, or a lack of people that I'm used to and trust. And the people that I am used to now, don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't trust them. They're just not my close friends. And that I'm finding that a bit hard to go from people that, starting the year with people that I intrinsically trust and know, to starting it with new people. I'm finding that a bit difficult. But I mean, that's the nature of life, isn't it? So it's not a bad thing. It's just a growing up thing. My classes are beautiful, a little bit hectic. They're quite full on, but I really, really, really love it. They are doing so well. They're taking on everything that I throw at them really nicely. And so, yeah, I'm loving teaching them, and it's just going really well. So 2 weeks in, 2 weeks down, loving it. I'm very happy. I think that's kind of most of it. I haven't really been able to knit much. I'm trying, but I always forget how completely insane the beginning of school is. And that, combined with trying to have a social life at the moment and trying to, go out with friends and just do things that I haven't been doing because I've been in a relationship, going out on Saturday nights instead of cuddling in watching Netflix. It's just a different vibe. So I've really been noticing a shift in where I'm at, but it's not a bad thing. It's just a different thing. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird to kind of explain and just be like, hey, I'm single now. I'm living a different life without a boyfriend that I've got to consider sounds like wrong, sounds like I have to put myself back for him, and that's not what I'm doing. But like, you know, I did have to, like, when you're in a relationship, you function with someone else, and then when you're not, you function on your own, and that is a really big gap. So yeah, it's weird. So let me show you what I've got, because while I don't have a lot of knitting, I do have a lot of things, and if I start going through them all, it would be good because my lounge is rather full of all my items. So let's start off with this one here. This is the Aylin cardigan. It is a side-to-side garter stitch cardigan with short rows down here to give it a peplum style effect. I finished it, I put it on, and I didn't like it. The back was too long. I needed to take off quite an amount around the back neck. I'm going to add a shawl collar and sleeves, so it was just too much. And then I was trying to think, because I love the stripe. I love the stripes, but I wanted to be able to have it a bit more seamless. So I was thinking if I add another short row, that's falling out 2 seconds as I replace my stitches. So if I do another short row increase, it'll add a bit more peplumy effect. And I think it would go really nicely. So I've explained this a few times, so if you're bored of it, I'm sorry. I have got a increase here, which is at 15 below the waist marker. I've got an increase here at either 7 or 8 below the waist marker. An increase here, which is at my waist marker. I've decided to do one at 8 above the waist marker as well. So I'm going to go 15, 8, 0, negative 8, 0, 7, 15, 8. So it kind of like staggers it a little bit. I'm hoping that this gives it more of a peplumy effect. I'm only doing it in the back. I'm not doing it at the front. So I do have to remember that, which is why I'm saying this. That way when I try and write it and go, what the hell have I done? I remember. I'm loving the top and the sleeves. I just love, this is the front side, or this side. And I love how soft that is. And then it goes into like, bam, color. And I just really love it. It fits so much nicer than when I did it before. So this it's just garter, but I've got little stitch markers to say when I increase or decrease. I was at a friend's house last night, a lovely girl from work, another friend who has left and who I'm missing. And so we played, a couple of us got together and we played, there was this weird Quirkle. It was like Scrabble with colours. It was strange. I came halfway through that, so I didn't join in. But then we played Catan, and that was fun. And so I was just knitting the whole time through Catan, and it was easy to hold a conversation. I'm well known in my friend group for just pulling out my knitting at all times. So it's been really beautiful to have. Before school went back, I went to Rottnest, which is a small island on the west of Western Australia. So it's just off the coast of Western Australia. I don't love it, mostly for 2 reasons. Number one, it was a Indigenous cemetery, and I just feel wrong about being there and using it for entertainment. So that's my personal view. But also the ferry ride. So you have to get there by boat, and I don't do boats because I am so heavily boat sick. So the way there, I vomited everywhere, and the way back, I didn't vomit, but I wish I did because I've spent the rest of the day just feeling so ill. So it wasn't the greatest time. Being there was amazing, and I hung out with my family, and I had so much fun. I love my family. Sorry. There we go. I've got lollies in here so you can hear the rustling. So before I started for Christmas, I was doing the Cozy Cabin advent, which is this one here. I did like a little reel. I like a little reel of it. I'm not any good at reels, but I'm liking doing them even though I know they're trash. Mine are trash. Other people's is amazing. So I did a little swatch of a brioche scarf that I was thinking of doing with the Cozy Cabin knits. Now it's a DK minis, so they're a decent size. And I was thinking of doing something like this. So when I was in Rottnest, I cast on and I started doing it. Where are you? I'm in the middle of a row. Of course I am, Astrid. Why would that... All right, let's just figure out what the heck I'm doing. Oh, all right, I'm almost at the end. Let me just quickly... Yes. No, I'm good. I'm good. I will just finish off. Why would I stop in the middle of the road? Astrid, do you make sense? No, you don't. No, that's fine. That's just the thingy. Okay, so I'm doing it starts off relatively small. It's going to be more of like an asymmetrical triangle style. And I'm just expecting it to grow really big and get really big and be amazing. I don't really know what I want it to be. I'm just kind of trying out brioche techniques. And yeah, so the last time I did brioche, I designed a scarf for a friend, which I still need to write up. Oh my God. So I designed a scarf for a friend, and that was the first time I ever did brioche, and I did some minor shaping. And then this time I really wanted to do some brioche details, adding new things. And so here we go. This is it so far. And then this is the wrong side, which I still really like. So I'm doing it where the front side is speckles or tonals, anything like that, and the back side is just plain, or as plain as I can get. The back side is going to go from dark to light, and the front side is going to go from light to dark, so they will cross over in the middle and then keep going. I think it'll be okay though by looking at the way that I've done it, and I'll have to put a picture up in here, Astrid, remember in editing, to show the progression of the colours. I love these little flower details along the edge. I just love it. But then I was thinking it looks too boring. So I started it, I probably got up to about here, and I had these little flower details following my swatch that was, I found it really tight, following my swatch. So I kind of had this like detail of, going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And I liked it, but I was increasing too rapidly and it looked funny. So what I thought instead was, why not have a leaf detail? And I just think it's so beautiful. I just absolutely adore this. So having one here and then one here and then one here and then one here. So kind of staggering them in, at least for maybe 3 leaves, 4 leaves. And then I would love to see if I can do a cable detail where I actually twist these ones to the side and these ones to the side. So as I continue doing leaves, I twist them going like, I merge them going around. I don't know. This could be just the whole thing like this. I could add in some garter. I really have no idea, but I think it's stunning and I just love it. This is pretty much, I think I'm just going to call it cottage scarf or something like that. My head was thinking cabbage. I don't know why I'm thinking cabbage. So I just love it. I need to finish it. I need to work on it, to be perfectly honest. But I really, really, really love the details in it and just how pretty it is and how it moves. I love brioche, how squishy it is. It's going to be stunning. But I'm not really working too hard on these 2 things. This one actually lives in my work bag at all times. And then the cardigan lives in my, where does it live? Lives in my room. I haven't really picked it up too much because I'm using it as easy knitting. The other thing that I have been working on a bit more regularly is this one. So this is the rainbow jumper, which is by Yelly. Yelly Knits. And it's just incredible. So it's really cool. You start with a rainbow, and I am using the minis from Mel of, she was Down Under Dye, now she's 3 Cats Yarn, which totally works for her. These are really beautiful minis. They're really like a subtle colorway. I absolutely love them. And then, so you do that first, then you do the sleeves. So I've got one sleeve and they're meant to be like opposite sides. I really wanted a gentle fade in because I'm using, my goal this year is to not buy any more yarn for this year and just to be happy with what I've got, except I'm going to buy Advents because I can't not. And so found some acrylic yarn that I wasn't going to use, and I was like, you know what, why not? Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? I don't exactly wear a lot of jumpers in Australia. I mostly wear them for effect. So acrylic yarn isn't really going to bother me too much. I am snobby and I don't really like acrylic yarn, but I'm sure I can figure something out. So I've got a grey and a white that I'm going to do the body in. But for this one here, I was worried about how much white I've got. And again, not wanting to buy more. I have like a pinky colour. So I've marled in the pink, like a nude peach kind of color, nude beige. So yeah, so I've marled it into the rainbow, so the rainbow looks a lot more subtle, and I feel like it blends nicer. This one here, you can see clear, especially in this bit, you can see clear patches, whereas this bit here, I feel like it really just zooms up a bit more seamlessly. And then I haven't finished it. I just put it on hold for a bit because I have never done a bottom-up raglan before, and I don't know how much more of this top of the sleeve I'm going to knit, but I'm definitely probably bigger than my arm at the moment. So this is quite tight, this is quite big, and I don't know if I need to undo some increases because that is quite a lot, although I don't want it skin tight either. So I need to just play around with it and see what's going. I am also halfway through a row in this. It's a theme. It's a theme of me, I think, at the moment, of just stopping halfway through things. I don't know. Yeah, so I will finish off this little half row. I'm doing everything on Magic Loop, which I much prefer. It is so much easier. Do I have to increase in this round? Because that would make sense if I do. No. Yes. No? Yes, I do. Welcome back. Yeah. So I am plugging away at this. I probably get a few rows done every night. I am trying really hard to just do my work at school or not have to bring too much home. Although I've also started giving them way more homework, which of course means I have to mark the homework, which is a slight flaw that I didn't consider. So it turns out I need to use my hands to mark, and I can't knit and mark at the same time. But yeah, so I've done, this is up to where I showed you in the sleeve, up to my upper arm, and then I've done this much. So yeah, mostly my forearm. And then this is just going to be a plain sleeve. Then what I'm going to do, so after you knit the sleeves, you then join this in the body. I think you cast on provisionally, with waste yarn. Then you attach from this. So I've bound off in the main color, which as you can see is that gray and white color. So it is, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can tell. It's different to the gray and beige. So you bind off in the grey and white, and then you pick up through this as you knit. You're knitting flat at first because you're going round and round and round. And then you get to the underarms, and then you join all of the arms, because that's a raglan, and then you start doing the raglan decreases. This is written for a V-neck, and I still have a lot of the mini skeins left. And I really want to use them because they're beautiful. And also, what am I going to do with like 5 grams of minis? It just doesn't really work for me. So I'm thinking what I might do is start from the outer color. And as I join the underarms, probably like here, I pretty much just go, maybe I drop the gray because I love to use the gray a lot. I don't know. I drop some color, and I'm thinking I'm going to go back to the beige. I'm thinking that's what I'll do. And then I'll hold it double and knit up. So in a raglan decrease, but with no neck shaping, as in no V-neck, it'll just be like a turtleneck. And I'm literally just going to knit it up to be, whatever neck it is. Yeah. And then if I've got some grey left, I can do it as like a fold over roll neck, turtleneck thing. Anything. But I'm thinking, yeah, I definitely want it to be, I want to showcase these colors, and I want to showcase how beautiful it is. And I'm too much of a designer brain to sit there and follow someone else's designs completely. It's bad. But yeah, so that's been what I've been mostly working on, and a lot of my brain power is going into that when it's not at work, which is honestly taking up most of my brain. There's one more thing that I made. I think I told you before about how I have these yarns from Anna. They are Stitchcraft and Wizardry. They are the Silk PJs base, 50% merino, 50% silk. This is Marty's Apple Sour, and this is Frenchie's Raspberry Dream. They are absolutely stunning, and I love them so much. And I decided I've wanted to make the ripple crop top for a long time. And I was in the mood to just cast something on that I could, again, follow someone else's designs, just do my own thing and have some fun. So I knit this one. It's a cute little bralette style top. It's got little ruffles on it. It's so flirty and feminine and I just love it. It's so easy to wear. And I, again, changed up the design a fair bit. So I cast on provisionally because I knew that I wanted to come back and add on some lace, some texture. So this is basically you knit the ripple bralette inside out and then you turn it over when you're doing the, oh, am I showing it? No. I'm showing it backwards. Here we go. You start it inside out. Here we go. That's more like it. There we go. So you start it inside out and you knit rib, which doesn't really matter, and then you basically knit around, slipping it here for this beautiful slip stitch detail. And then when you're doing the triangle bralette actual cups, you then knit that back and front like a normal bralette. And then you do a I-cord strap and you include it. So what I did was I cast on with a provisional cast on because I knew I wanted to add the ruffle. I want to do these with the ruffle bloomers, the ruffle pants that she's got as well. And so I wanted it to be matching. I'm thinking I might do green. No, I'm going to keep the pink as the main color for the bottoms as well. And then green as the ruffle. Something about it I really like. So I cast on provisionally, like cotton or something really easy. I did the rib around, although I did it at my size. And this is very drapey material. And I think a ripple bralette or any bralette would be better in very sturdy material because it's going to cinch it in. And unfortunately, silk merino is not exactly great at holding structure. So this is much more drapey. It's much more like lingerie style nightwear than I'm going to go out with the girls and wear this under a dress because it's not made for outside use. It's absolutely beautiful. It feels so nice against my skin, which is why I really wanted it because I didn't know what to make with this and I wouldn't make like outside wear. This isn't really a color. Either of these isn't really a color I would easily use or wear, but I love the feeling of it so much and I was going to sell it and give it away and I couldn't bring myself to do it. And I'm really glad I didn't, to be perfectly honest, because it feels amazing. So I started it at the size that I am and it was massive. And I read all the directions and it was huge. And I knit it and then literally put it on and it just fell straight over me. And so I basically held it in and then counted how much I actually wanted it to be. From knitting the bra berrylet, I know that I do have a larger bust, but my under bust is a lot smaller and I like it cinched in. So I don't mind doing rapid increases to hold everything in because I like it nice and tight so that I can keep it on instead of it kind of flowing off me and not being in. So I knit knowing that I would again do these beautiful this slip stitch line. I started, I think it was at the small maybe, and then I increased up to the medium. So just using knit front and back or yarn over, or I did something, I can't remember. I did something. But I knit on this side. So it is kind of like a weird holy detail, but it doesn't really detract. Like it kind of looks like it's meant to be there because of where it's placed underneath that line. I also did it on the back. And I mean, I haven't looked at the back of me wearing this because it's a bit difficult, seeing my eyes are at the front. But again, I think because it works at the front, it does look like it works at the back. People have told me it looks good. I did a little decrease in here as well for some reason. I don't remember why, but that happened. I don't remember. I did something. So I knit it. I then went on to knit the cups or the front bit. That was totally fine. Finished that off. I then did an I-cord bind off at the back with the green. So this is a bit more stable, doesn't stretch as much, which is what I was looking for because that ribbing is going to stretch anyway, especially in silk mohair. And then I did the sleeves or the straps Again, I did it in that green because I really wanted the green to be like an accent. So I did a little bit on here up to the actual decrease point. There's like, I think I did like 2 rows or something in the I chord, and then I jumped onto the green. So I feel like it flows really seamlessly because it's not like it just stops one texture and starts another. It actually textures into it, and I really like that. I measured where I would like my back straps to be, but I also knew from the increases that is at the back strap. And so I just tacked them onto where the increases were underneath. So this increase bit comes into the strap, which is what I wanted. And yeah, and then I cast on for the ruffle. I just increased a fair bit, a couple of times. How many rows did I do? You can see, yeah, I kind of increased a few times coming down in here. And I put like little lace detail in here just for fun. It's a bit cute. They look like rocket ships. They're really cute. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so just added some lace in there. And yeah, and then I bound off with just the normal bind off because I knew it was going to ruffle anyway and it didn't really matter to me. Yeah, and then I wore it out. And driving, I realized very quickly that it is still too big. So I put a little tie on it, which I think is adorable and is actually the tie from one of those masks, the blue masks. So I just pulled off the ear bit and popped it in, and Bub's your uncle, there we go. So it was a bit of a moment. Where was I going? I was like to a sleepover party kind of thing, like with some girlfriends. So we were all just going to wear PJs anyway, it didn't matter. And I was like, oh, like I've just made this, I'm finished it, I'm so excited, I'll totally show it off. And then got in the car and was like, oh, I'm going to show a lot off if I don't put something in there. So I fixed it up, and then it was lots of compliments all night, as it should be. So it was just beautiful. I really, really, really love it. And that is my only finished object, but it is my take on the Ripple Bralette by Jessie May. All right, let's show you what I've got because I've got a lot of stuff. Knit Crate came through. Woof, it came through. So all of a sudden I got like 4 big boxes of stuff. So do I even know what month these are? No. That's right. This one is Vintage Records, and it is these two kind of camel colored skeins. It is the Ordine Wools by Knit Crate, the Harmony, they're called Harmony. This is Jazz, or the colorway Jazz. 41% wool, 26% alpaca, 23% tencel, 10% baby camel, worsted weight, 150 yards, 137 meters in 100 grams. So I've got 200 grams of this. I really like the color, but I love the smell. It smells like alpaca. It smells amazing. And the drape is really nice. And I'm really intrigued by the camel, but I just don't think I'm going to use them. Like, so much about it I like, not enough though. So I'm probably not going to keep this. The little freebies though, it came with Soak, and I've got Pineapple Grove. I have 2 Pineapple Grove Soak ones, and I love that. So I'm very excited to use these on something that I knit. I often find that maybe I'll wait for the rainbow cardigan. I might chuck them in there now. But yeah, so I often find that the smell stays with it and it's just beautiful. I also have, and I don't know what one this is from, a lavender buttercream. Oh, that sounds so good. Lavender buttercream rooibos tea from David's Teas. And I might take that to work and have it on Monday on like a let's just keep going. It's been at the start of the week again because I don't like those, but let's keep going. So I might bring that to work with me. Yeah, so I don't like these ones. I like them. I just don't like them enough to keep them. Next. These are ones that I ummed and ahed about cancelling Knit Crate with. I wasn't sure. This is the tea time. I think they were like October and November, something like that. And they came, they're really fun. They're Uru Yarn Cozy by Knit Crate. These are called Noon Chai. They are 45% Huacaya alpaca, 45% Sturi alpaca, and then it's also got 10% Stellina, which I hate Stellina, and I also hate the fact that Nick Crepe puts 10% in because it really should just be 5%, but I can barely see it. I don't know if you can. Like, it might be a little bit glitzy, but it doesn't look. Normally, their Stellina is like a thick ribbon running through every single strand, and it's too much. Whereas this is actually really nice. This is 55 yards or 50 meters, super bulky weight, over 100 grams. Custom made in Peru exclusively for Nick Crepe. And I really like it. These are really pretty. These are really, really, really pretty. No idea what the heck to make with them. Their designs, what have we got? We've got like scarves. Yeah, big bulky scarves. It's a bulky weight. So it won't be anything big, but I really like it. I don't know if I would do it as a beanie. That could work, although it clashes my hair at the moment. I don't think my principal loves my hair, but I love my hair, so I don't really care. I wouldn't probably do it as like a cowl. I think that'll be too big, and it's not. I think I can feel the Stellina in there. It's not quite soft enough. So maybe a beanie would be the best thing, just like two oversized beanies, or like a his and her, or like a best friend's beanie. I don't know. I'll make something up, but I really like that. So that I'm keeping. I'll have to put that in another box, but I'll put that there for now. And then I got Tea with Me, Winter Bliss. Tea with Tay, sorry. Winter Bliss tea. And this is black tea. Oh God, ingredients. Pei Mu Tan white tea, Ceylon black tea, Chinese green tea, almond and coconut flakes, cinnamon chips infused with chocolate, hazelnut and almond flavors. So that sounds like a lot of tea. I don't know if I'm going to like that because it seems like too many flavors in one. I'll take it to work and give it a go. So that one's done. And then the last one that came through, I think this was the October one. No, this is the Malabrigo Club. This is the Malabrigo one. Hate the patterns. Hate the patterns. No offense to the designers. I'm sure they're lovely, but hate those patterns. I got some Katrinkles tags, which is awesome. So that way I can tag the back of my jumpers because I always forget to do that. So I'm keeping those for sure. And then these I got, I also got little Katrinkles stitch markers, and it says wrong side and right side, which I think is so cute. So that totally works for me. I might even put that on my brioche project. Not that I need help figuring out which is the what side, but just because it's fun. And then I got these colors and I don't like them. I need to check myself for a second here. Just because I don't like them doesn't mean no one else will. It's simply a me thing. I am not made for this muddy, swampy green. That's not a thing for me. That's not my color. However, I would put this as a very masculine color or as a great backing for something white that would pop with it. They don't pop. But yeah, something bright white or even like a gorgeous sunshine yellow would really not like work with this. So I can see how you would use it. It's just not my color. So I need to check my facial expressions right now because I'm having a moment, but I shouldn't. This is number 433 in Acorn. It is chunky for Malabrigo. So it's a bulky weight, 104 yards or 95 meters in 100 grams. And it's 100% merino wool. It feels amazing. I just don't like the color. I think that's my biggest issue. I don't like the color, but it is lovely. That in the light that's coming in right now, it looks really good. I'm also noticing my eyes because of the shade. This one's super blue. This one's like black, which has been fun to watch. Yeah, so I love the feel of it. Like the hand of it is amazing. I just don't like the color of it. If anyone wants these two, let me know. I'll post them to you. So speaking of sending things to people, I talked before about how I had some knitting books and I went through my bookshelf and I had some yarn that I'm going to get rid of, and I was talking about swapping it or whatever. The lovely Renee reached out to me and said, hey, I've got a book I think you would like. It's been sitting on my bedside table and I'm just not reading it. Would you like it? Oh my God, yes. So she swapped me the book and some yarn. Typical me, very late, sent her some stuff, and yeah, it was beautiful. And so this is, we got a little gingerbread man, which is super cute. And she wrote me a beautiful letter as well, just talking about some really lovely things and saying hello. And then she gave me The Truth Witch, which is her book. And I haven't read this yet. It is in my, I've actually seen it before and was like, yeah, I want to read this, but then I've never bought it. So I'm glad that I have it now. And she sent through this yarn as well. So this is like a really cool stitch marker, beginning of the round marker. And then this is like a brownie, I think it's called Sultana. Yeah. It's merino pearl sock yarn, 4-ply, 80% wool, 20% nylon, 360 meters or 393 yards over 100 grams. And it's by Little Yellow Cat, hand-dyed Australian yarn. This makes me want to knit socks. And we all know I don't knit socks. So I'm definitely going to have to send this to Maddie from Mad About You and get her to hand crank me some socks so I can cut into them. But this feels like I want to walk on it. And it just makes me smile. I am not much for browns at all, but something about this is so pretty. And it really is like a sultana, and I love sultanas. So this works for me really well. So thank you again, Renee. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry it took me so long to get to you, but it's there now and you have your stuff. All right. I also am in my theme of I don't want to buy anything new this year for knitting. As well with the move, I'm anticipating having to move into a share house and probably have one bedroom. So I've gone from a house to a bedroom, which is going to be a big deal. I don't really know how to do that because I've got stuff. A lot of stuff. So I'm going to have to downsize. And I know that Mum will let me borrow part of her shed so I can store some stuff. Like my washing machine is amazing. I'm definitely storing that. It's like 3 years old. It's so good. Whereas my fridge or even this couch is a bit more old and used, but it's still got life in it. So I'd probably try and donate it to like a women's shelter or something like that, or, you know, women escaping DV, and they can, you know, when they don't have much to start off with, they can have the couch. It's like an 8-seater. Take it. So I'm thinking a lot about where I'm at right now and stuff. And so one of the things of the not buying anything new is really going to have to come into effect because I'm going to have to downsize anyway. So I don't actually know if I can keep all my yarn as it is, which is a bit of a problem. So I basically went, oh my God, I'm going to run out of yarn, which is never going to happen. But then I bought everything at the end of last year and it all came in. And so now I'm definitely not buying any more yarn except for Advents, because I have to buy these Advents. But yeah, so that's a ramble, but you get what I mean. I bought 2 poetry books by Rupi Kaur and I am obsessed. I cannot wait to read these. I really, I hate people who highlight through books. They annoy me. They just bother me deeply. But with these books, I want to mark what I love. I want to mark what I read. I want to mark what stays with me. I want to annotate and write. And I anticipate these books being cherished for a really long time. They feel incredible. They're like a really nice hardcover. So this is Milk and Honey. I think this is her first one. And this is Homebody, her second, I believe. Or it could be third. I don't know. I love Rupi Kaur. I follow her on Instagram. I'm obsessed with when she comes to tour in Australia. Me and a friend, we both bought these books at the same time. She's in Melbourne. I'm obviously in Perth. And I just want to read and annotate and love. So I'm hoping that these ones are going to be well documented, well loved. And because it's poetry, it's going to resonate with me at different times in my life. And I want to annotate about why. So I bought these and I'm so excited for them. And so these are living by my bed at the moment, or they will once, because I put them all in a box so I could talk to you about them. Now they will live in a bed. So I bought lots of stuff, and not just the beautiful books, but lots of knitting stuff. So let me come through and show you. I bought this from Twill and Print. And it's super fun. My hair kind of clashes with it at the moment, which is a bit sad. But I can't wait to wear it to school and just be like, hey, kids, I love knitting. They're like, we know you're wearing a shirt. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's cool. So this shirt is just beautiful. It feels so nice. And it's really quite lovely. Does it say ingredients, what the materials are. Polyester, cotton, rayon. Oh, that's not too bad. Not the best thing for the environment, but not too bad. But yeah, I just love it. It's beautiful and it's nice enough I could wear it out or in, which is a massive win for me. I'm sorry for the rustling that's about to come. I also got a jumper with exactly the same design. It's like a big sweatshirt jumper. And I'm going to live in it in winter. I cannot wait. It is so beautiful. So excited. So I'm obsessed with this. In the same package, I also got these two. I'm pretty sure I bought them together as a duo. This is Halo, which is single ply 70/30 kid mohair and silk. 50 grams of lace weight, 430 meters in juniper. And this one is called Humble, 4-ply 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, 115 grams of fingering weight, 422 meters. So these two are designed to go together. I'm obsessed with green right now. These are going to become a beanie and I can't wait. This is going to look so good on my hair. Quite honestly, this with this, yes, let's do it. So I'll design another beautiful merino mohair beanie. I can't wait. I'm so excited. But I need to knit things anyway. I just need to hurry up and knit them. But that makes me really happy. I also got with it, I got some of the Twill and Print charms or stitch markers. So this one here is like a little tiny sheep and it's got flowers on it, or like little leaves, which I love. This one here is just a cutesy little alpaca, again with the same leaf detail. And then this one here, you attach, so you hold the charms to it at the bottom and then this one goes to your knitting. So it's really clever and I love the, it's like the sun except it's the skein. And I just find that so beautiful. And then the moon going in with the leaves again. So I love these. I'm so excited to use them. And yeah, I'm thrilled with every bit that I got from Twill and Print. I'm thrilled. On to other things that I bought, which was basically this much from Knit Crate. And what happened is I found out that I had 1 billion points because when I think it's buy one, get a point, something like that, like spend $1, get a point. And then when you get a certain amount, you can spend it. And then I accidentally clicked on the get the free voucher bit before I was ready to. And then I had heaps of like free money. So I was like, you know what, let's just go spend money because I had it was like part of it was free. And then all I had to do was pay shipping for a certain amount. So it did work out really nicely. Where have I got? I've got so many random things in here. No. Do I just have these two? Oh, hang on. Here's more Twill and Print. Sorry, before we go to that. It's a beautiful sunflower row counter. So you just there's dials that you twist behind the mechanism and it changes the count. So love that. I'm going to put that in my special box. Do I really have? Oh, I know why. Okay. So I've got the Vitalana in the rust orange red color. And this is DK weight, 50% alpaca, 25% Peruvian Highland merino wool blend, and 25% Suri alpaca in a DK weight, 230 meters or 252 yards over 100 grams. And then this one here is the Palm Springs color. This one is exactly the same in the Phoenix color. And then I've got the red color as well. And I was thinking, let's do a Christmas jumper. Let's do a colorway Christmas jumper. Don't know what I'm going to do in it, but hell yeah, let's do it. Let's do some color work, Suri alpaca jumpers. So my first ever one was Al Cyclist, my first ever jumper that I made, and I love it so much, but I would really, really, really like to do something that's a bit more all over color work. I know it's a lot more intimidating and a lot more intense, but I'd love to do it. So I'm going to start designing this. I have, what have I got? A couple of greens. Yep. And then one black, and then I've got a whole bunch of reds as well. So it'll be black as the accent, greens and reds as the main thing, which works really well for me. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll figure it out, and I'm really excited because this makes me happy. So all of this Syria alpaca, Highland wool, merino wool will become something beautiful. And then the other things that I got was these ones here. So I've already got some of these. I've got fluff in my eye. Oh, that's uncomfortable. There we go. That's better. Woof. So these are the Ordine wools in bloom, and I've already got some of these. I think I might even have these colors, but I love them, and I love how chunky they are and beautiful, and I just would love to do a big squishy cozy shawl. So I've got this one here in nasturtium, and this one here is in forget me not. They are 80% alpaca wool, 10% silk, 10% camel in a DK weight, 231 yards, 211 meters, over 100 grams. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each color. Plus whatever I've got in my stash. So this is either going to be... Oh, it smells so good. These are going to be, I'm thinking as well a jumper. They are DK. DK? Yeah, DK. I think as well a jumper in these would be lovely. And DK actually means it's going to knit up really fast. These are a really cool chain neck construction. So it's going to be really light, airy. And as well, if I'm making stuff to go traveling with, may as well make something warm because I'm going to be in Europe in winter, so I'm going to need something warm. The incredible designer, Ineze, or Isang Knits, she has just released for testing a beautiful shawl. And I have the Nutiden in the beige and in the darkish reddish pink. I can see me doing the same thing with this, although I think, as in like knitting her shawl in this, although I do think that I'd rather do that as a jumper and then use the Nutiden because I've never used Nutiden before, and she was designing that shawl specifically for Nutiden. But yeah, it just, I don't know, there's so many options that are going on right now in my brain, and I'm excited for it. But yeah, so this is the last shipment I'm going to get in for a long time. And so I don't actually know how great, let me sit down. Oh, sorry. Hey. This is going to be probably the last amount of like big amounts of stuff that I got. Because I don't actually know what else I'm going to get or have to talk about. At the moment I'm designing pretty slowly, knitting pretty slowly, but I still want to come and talk to you. So I just don't know what this is going to look like for a little bit. And I hope you're okay with that. I hope you're okay with this merging a bit more into like, I mean, it's always been about my life because it's like the Astrid show. But I've got like some shopping from Dangerfield coming through. So I'd love to show you like the clothes that I got and why I'm going to return some of them because I've already got a pair of pants, and so returning stuff, and yeah, like my journey on knitting, some more behind the scenes of designs, which I already tell you about anyway. So yeah, I don't really know what this podcast is going to look like for the next little bit. I don't know where it's going to be coming from because it could be my house, could be at a new house, could be wherever. Mum has said that she would love to come on again and say hello. So definitely we will be getting Heather Valentine back because my mummy is the best. And yeah, I feel like my life is just in a very open-ended space. And I could do 1,010,000,000 things or I could not. And I don't really know what I'm doing or where I'm going, except to Europe. Yeah, so I'm sorry that it's been so long. I hope it won't be so long next time. I have no idea what next time will be about. But thank you so much for staying and listening and for just being here for me, because I know that you guys are some of the most incredible people and I'm so touched by so many of you. So thank you. I'll see you next time.